Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 31st of March 2025 and the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is definitely not looking good, isn't it? And the only reason is because of mainstream media, guys. They are putting out a completely different picture regarding inflation and with tariffs going to kick in from the 2nd of April, guys. There's a lot of misleading information regarding tariffs. So what I want to do, guys, in today's episode, I want to go ahead and touch base on some massive news regarding Associated Press. And there's an article which I believe is completely misleading and fake news. And what that article actually talks about is that the inflation is actually picking up pace. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely misleading information. Because look, guys, based on the inflation data that was out, under the Trump administration, the inflation has actually gone down. And I've been saying this over and over again, guys. It doesn't matter what the actual facts are. It is the narrative driven by mainstream media that drives the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And it is so critical, guys, when you make any decisions regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you should be looking at plethora of information. And I hate saying this, guys, the market does not react to facts. Rather, it reacts to the narrative driven by mainstream media, isn't it? But nonetheless, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss more information regarding this. Now, so far as cryptocurrency is concerned, guys, under the Trump administration, things are looking positive, isn't it? And there's another positive development. And the FDIC, that is Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, guys, they have issued new guidelines. And these guidelines, guys, will encourage crypto-related activities. And there will be no prior approval needed for this. So essentially, guys, the news is that the FDIC, they have reversed US crypto banking policies. And this, to be honest, guys, is definitely great, isn't it? And under the Biden administration, guys, there was something called as Operation Choke Point 2.0, and a lot of the banks, they were not allowed to go ahead and offer services for the cryptocurrency sector. But with the Trump administration in charge, guys, things are definitely looking good, not just for the world of cryptocurrencies, guys, even geopolitical world peace, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now, the next news, guys, is also connected to President Donald Trump, and looks like he has pardoned BitMEX founders. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll very briefly touch base on this news, because it looks like 3 of them did actually plead guilty, and they were facing a range of criminal charges. So definitely interesting news. Now the final news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is connected to Galaxy Digital. And Mark Novogratz, guys, who's the CEO of Galaxy Digital, he's had a really historic run with Terra Luna. And from having a tattoo of his Luna, guys, looks like he's now paying $200 million penalty. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, his tattoo does actually state that he's a lunatic. And he's referring to Luna, guys. Now, he was a massive advocate of Luna, guys, but unfortunately, guys, the algorithmically backed stablecoin did have a massive collapse in the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? So we'll definitely go and touch base on this news. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, is connected to blockchain and IBM. And IBM, guys, they have unveiled Dubai blockchain deal. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now, it's really important to understand the key difference between open blockchain and permission blockchain, guys. And so far as IBM is concerned, I'm pretty much sure they only work with permission blockchain, isn't it? But nonetheless, guys, in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now, the second news, guys, is connected to artificial intelligence and by data and statistics establishment, guys. They have partnered with BlueGen AI and they want to enhance labor force survey accuracy. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode, actually. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMD scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, if you look at the market sentiment, via alternatives.meet is showing us fear, and the number associated is 34. And look, guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you actually look at what is going on in the United States of America under the Trump administration, so far as economic factors are concerned, things are looking absolutely brilliant, but mainstream media is putting out a completely different narrative, and it is that narrative, guys, that is unfortunately driving down the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And last week, as I said this over and over again, if you look at the inflation numbers under the Trump administration, it has actually gone down. And just a week before that, guys, the economic data was out as well. And so far as the labor market condition is concerned, things are definitely improving under the Trump administration. And even if you look at the FOMC meeting, guys, there was absolutely no panics regarding tariffs. But mainstream media is definitely not a fan of President Donald Trump, and they are the ones who are actually creating a lot of panic. Now, over the weekend, guys, I did have a conversation, and one of my colleagues did actually state that President Donald Trump is divider of people. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely not true. It is the mainstream media that is divider of people, and there's this historical saying, guys, don't hate the messenger, but hate the message. But in this case, guys, the message given by the messenger is completely different. And in just a few moments, guys, I'll go and discuss a really bizarre article by Associated Press where they have actually put out a report. And if you actually read through that report, guys, the report says completely different to what the headline actually states. And what I also did, guys, I did actually put that same report into ChatGPT. I even put it into 2 other AI platform, guys, and I asked them to actually check, based on this report, does the headline make absolutely any sense? And they clearly said no. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now, unfortunately, guys, because of that, and only because of misleading information by mainstream media, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have fallen down. And it's so important to understand, guys, under the Trump administration, in just a matter of 2 months, guys, almost $5 trillion has been invested in United States of America. And this, to be honest, guys, is definitely going to be great for the economic conditions, isn't it? But mainstream media is not talking about it. Now, before you make any judgments regarding tariffs, guys, I really want to ask you guys, have you seen any news by mainstream media covering the investments flown into United States of America? And under the Trump administration, guys, almost $5 trillion worth of investment is flowing in. And this, to be honest, guys, is absolutely massive, isn't it? And along with that, you also have the Department of Government Efficiency, and they are on the verge of cutting close to $1 trillion. So essentially, guys, you're looking at close to $6 trillion benefiting United States of America. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. If mainstream media does actually start covering this news, things will definitely be good, not just for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, even for average Americans and for the rest of the world as well, isn't it? So these are things you need to be aware about, guys. But look, guys, I'll definitely go and touch base on the bizarre article by Associated Press, or Associated Propaganda as you like to call it. But before that, guys, let's go and run to the global cryptocurrency snapshot. Now, unfortunately, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market has gone down. And if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, it is down to $2.67 trillion. Now, unfortunately, guys, the market cap of Bitcoin as well as Ethereum is not looking good at all. And we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. But before that, guys, let's go ahead and run through some numbers. Because since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.03%. Now, unfortunately, guys, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, today it is less than $50 billion. And it is only at $48.14 billion. But look, guys, I'm looking at this number in the early hours of the buy. And technically, it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. So keeping that thing in mind, guys, I'm pretty much sure the next coming hours, this number will definitely be increasing. But if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 23.21%. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized finance. And unfortunately, guys, the volume of decentralized finance is only at $4.01 billion. And DeFi as of today is accounting for only 8.31% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And when you talk about the total value locked, guys, the total value locked across all decentralized protocol is only at $92.51 billion, with Lido still dominating at $16.93 billion. Now, one matrix, guys, which I'm definitely content, that is the decentralized exchange dominance. And for some odd reason, guys, the volume of decentralized exchange has pumped up, which, to be honest, is definitely good, isn't it? And today, the decentralized exchange dominance is 29.04%. Now, look, guys, if the price is actually going down, and if the volume of decentralized exchange is increasing, it just means that people are using a lot of decentralized exchanges in it. But unfortunately, guys, the volume of stablecoins is not that great, and that also means that people are selling a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So what I'd really recommend you to do is track the stablecoin volume on Mondays and Tuesdays, and let's see, guys, what happens on Liberation Day, that is the 2nd of April. Because if I understand, guys, the tariffs will actually go live on the 2nd of April. And so far as the income from tariffs is concerned, United States of America will be receiving the funds from the 3rd of April. So let's see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now, based on my understanding, guys, things are definitely looking good for the United States of America. Now, you can make an argument, guys, that tariffs may not necessarily be good for other countries, and they have a very simple option. They can go ahead and start investing in America, and they can go ahead and start building things in America, and that is exactly what big companies have done. And because of that, President Trump is able to secure close to $5 trillion in just a matter of 2 months. And this is the news that mainstream media should be talking about. And if they actually start doing that, guys, I'm pretty much sure the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up, isn't it? But let's go back to the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges. And PancakeSwap looks like it has taken a lead, and its volume is $1.82 billion. Uniswap, guys, is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $1.35 billion. There is a new decentralized exchange called as Pump, guys, and its 24-hour volume is close to $1 billion. It is at $921.59 million. At number 4, guys, is Fluid, and its 24-hour volume is $561.54 million. Orca, guys, is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $335.26 million. Now regarding this new decentralized exchange, guys, looks like it is connected to pump.fun, so really I'm not sure if this is some kind of error which is done by DeFiLlama.com, or if this is a new decentralized exchange called as Pump, because if you actually go to DeFiLlama.com, guys, and if you actually click on the exchange that says Pump, it does take you to pump.fun website, so really I'm not sure if this is a new exchange or if DeFiLlama has made an error. In case if you guys have more information regarding this, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And historically, guys, DeFiLlama has been making quite some errors, and I often send them an email, and they immediately acknowledge that they made a mistake and they rectify it. So what I'll do is I'll definitely go ahead and drop them an email, and let's see if I get any update regarding this. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins, guys, and unfortunately the numbers are definitely not looking good at all. And the entire last week, guys, I was actually stressing, it is really important that over the weekend the volume of stable coins is around the $150 billion mark. Unfortunately, guys, it is 1/3 of that. It is only at $45.95 billion. And more importantly, guys, despite the volume being low, stablecoins is accounting for 95.47% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, later in the day if the volume of stablecoins increases. Now regarding stablecoins, guys, Tether USDT is still leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $37.32 billion, a Circle USDC at $5.03 billion, and FDUSD is at number 3rd with $2.78 billion. Now unfortunately, guys, the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum is not looking good at all. Bitcoin's market cap is down to $1.63 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is down to $217 billion. Now look, guys, after tariffs actually kick in, depending on the narrative mainstream media goes with, it will directly and indirectly impact the market cap of Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, isn't it? And I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the market cap of Ethereum goes below the $200 billion mark. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. In this case, you have to shoot the messenger, not the message, because the messenger, guys, that is mainstream media, they are fabricating the news and they are putting out a completely different picture. But whether we like it or not, it is the messenger that is driving the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now regarding the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is down to $14.39 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $9.51 billion. The dominance of Bitcoin, guys, is at 61.34%, and if the prices are going down, you don't want the dominance to be increasing, isn't it? And if you look at the dominance of Ethereum, guys, it is also marginally picked up pace, and today it is at 8.20%. Now every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, guys, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And today I want to look at the top meme coins by market capitalization. And at number 1 is Dogecoin, and it is staying strong at $24.74 billion. Shiba Inu, guys, is at number 2nd, and its market cap is $7.32 billion. Pepe Coin, guys, is at number 3rd. Its market cap is at $2.90 billion. Trump Coin's official meme coin is at number 4th, and its market cap is at $2.03 billion. And Bonk's market cap looks like it has taken a massive hit, and it is well below the $1 billion mark. It is only at $870 million. Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin is down to $82,023. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.54%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.19%. Ethereum, guys, has taken a massive hit, and the price of Ethereum is well below the $1,800 mark. It is at $1,798, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.19%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 9.81%. Ripple XRP, guys, is at $2.12, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.01%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 12.21%. Now, regarding Ripple XRP, guys, the price is going down does not make absolute any sense, because on the 25th of this month, that is 25th of March, guys, the case regarding Ripple and SEC has completely been solved, isn't it? So there is absolutely no reason as to why the prices should be going down. And I've said this over and over again, guys, it is only because of fake news and mainstream media why the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going down. And talking about mainstream media, guys, Associate put out a very misleading information, guys, and the article is titled, US consumers remain cautious about spending last month as inflation ticked higher. This, to be honest, guys, does not make absolutely any sense, because based on the CPI numbers, the inflation has actually gone down. And here's the interesting thing, guys. The article is written by a guy called Chris Rugber, and here's the bizarre thing, guys. In the article, he has actually put out a report, And report is also from a government authority, but it is not from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, rather it is from the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Now you can make an argument, guys, that we should be looking at the Bureau of Economic Analysis as well as the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and that is exactly what I did. And whatever he's saying does not make absolutely any sense. So what I did, guys, I put his entire article into ChatGPT, I put it into Grok 3, I put it into Google Gemini, as well as Venus AI, and I asked all of the 4 AI platform guys, based on this report and based on the article that he's mentioned, does it make absolute any sense to have the title called as US Consumer Remain Cautious about spending last month as inflation ticked higher? And all of the AI platform also agreed, guys, the title does not make absolutely any sense. So look, guys, this is clearly misleading information, isn't it? Now regarding the article, guys, the only thing I can say is that the statement only reflects one interpretation of broader trends, and it is not fully supported by the report alone. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, read through the entire report rather than blindly believing what mainstream media is saying. And here's the interesting thing, guys. The same author, that is Chris Ruggiero, on 12th of March, did actually state that US inflation has slowed down last month for the first time since September, and he further went on in stating that a measure of underlying inflation fell to a 4-year level low, even as widespread tariffs threatened to send prices higher. So this is completely contradicting information, isn't it? Now in his defense, guys, you can make an argument that the first article that he published on the 12th of March does actually take data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, and that is the only website we should be looking at so far as inflation is concerned, isn't it? But in the article that is published on Friday, guys, he has taken information from Bureau of Economic Analysis, which is also perfectly fine to do. But if you actually read through the report, guys, the report does not indicate absolutely anything regarding consumer spendings. So it looks like he has given out his opinion, which is completely fake news and misleading. And it is because of reports such as this, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going down, isn't it? And if you actually go to Reuters or any left-leaning media, guys, they're going something similar. And this is one of the reasons, guys, I hate saying this. Sometimes you don't have to blame the message, rather blame the messenger. So I cannot stress this enough, guys. Rather than looking at mainstream media, make sure you go and do your own research, and you would be surprised, guys. 99% of the time information provided by mainstream media is completely fabricated, and unfortunately, guys, news such as this does drive the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now if you agree or disagree to what I'm saying, guys, mention them in the comments below. Now guys, let's go and discuss some positive move for the cryptocurrency industry. And the FDIC, guys, that is Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, they have issued new guidelines called as FIL 7/2025, and looks like they are reversing crypto banking policies. And with these new guidelines under Trump administration, guys, the FDIC supervised banks to engage in crypto-related activities without prior approval. And the 2022 policy was called as FIL 16/2022. And acting chairman Travis Hill, guys, called it as a shift from the past 3 years' approach emphasizing risk management. And the FDIC now will collaborate with President's Working Group and other regulators to refine crypto-related policies. So look, guys, looks like President Donald Trump not only wants to make America great again, he also wants to go ahead and make cryptocurrencies great as well, isn't it? Now regarding the FDIC reversal policies, guys, it is connected to crypto-related activities, isn't it? And when you talk about crypto-related activities, guys, these include but are not limited to acting as crypto asset custodians, maintaining stablecoin reserves, issuing crypto and other digital assets, acting as a market makers or exchange or redemption agents, that is entities or people participating in blockchain and distributed ledger-based settlements or payment systems. And it also includes performing node functions as well as related activities such as finding activities and lending. Now if you do need official information regarding this, guys, the official news by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation is in the show notes below. So it looks like under the Trump administration, guys, things are definitely looking good for the cryptocurrency industry as well, isn't it? And last week, guys, there was so much of news circulating regarding Elizabeth Warren, and she is definitely not a fan of cryptocurrencies, and looks like she's heavily suffering from TDS as well, and she is opposing all of the cryptocurrency policies as well. And historically, I've always said this, guys, generally speaking, the Democrats are not in favor of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but hopefully, guys, over the next coming years, they may have a positive stance regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has to do with pardons. And on the 27th of March, guys, President Donald Trump has pardoned Arthur Hayes, Benjamin Delo, as well as Samuel Reed. Now, all of these three co-founders, guys, were facing a range of criminal charges related to money laundering or violation of the Bank Secrecy Act, but looks like President Donald Trump has decided to pardon them. Now look, as if Biden could go and pardon his son, I really am not sure why President Donald Trump cannot go and do this. Another great win in my honest opinion. Now guys, let's go and discuss some unfortunate news in the world of Terra Luna. But this is connected to Mike Novogratz, guys. Now Mike Novogratz, guys, is a massive advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I very specifically remember, guys, when Terra Luna was picking up pace, even a lot of Bitcoin maximalists were advocating for Terra Luna. And because Dogecoin was buying a lot of Bitcoin, guys, they were even fans of Dogecoin. Because when Terra Luna was buying a lot of Bitcoin, guys, essentially it meant that the supply is reduced, isn't it? But when Terra Luna collapsed, everyone started becoming detractors of them, especially a lot of Bitcoin maximalists. Now regarding Mike Novogratz, guys, he did actually put a tattoo on his one hand. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, the tattoo did actually state lunatics, and he was talking about Luna, that is Terra Luna. And unfortunately, guys, I'm getting a tattoo of Luna on his hand. He's ending up paying $200 million as penalty. And Mike Novogratz, guys, who's the CEO of Galaxy Digital, has agreed to pay $200 million settlement with the New York Attorney General. And this is over alleged misrepresentation regarding its handling of Luna before its collapse. And the settlement requires Galaxy to pay $200 million over 3 years and to implement new policies on public statements about cryptocurrencies. Now, if you do need the official document by New York Attorney General, guys, it is in the show notes below. And it is a 49-page document. And the document alleges that Galaxy misrepresented Luna by selling tokens. And they did that without disclosing its intent, thereby violating the state laws. So definitely unfortunate news, particularly for Mike Novogratz. So these were some macro-level newscasts on the Bitcoin, blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Now let's go and look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first newscast is regarding IBM. And they've unveiled a new Dubai blockchain deal. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because IBM, guys, they have launched a blockchain trade finance initiative with Dubai Customs, which is a leading technology firm in Dubai, isn't it? And along with that, even with Dubai Customs, Dubai Trade, Emirates NBD and Banco Santander. And this particular project, guys, explores blockchain-based logistics solutions for import and re-export of goods in and out of Dubai. And so far as the blockchain is concerned, it is Hyperledger Fabric and IBM Cloud. And the blockchain solution, guys, is built on Hyperledger Fabric and hosted on IBM Cloud. And they are promising real-time shipment data as well. And the system, guys, transmits shipment data, allowing participants to receive real-time updates on status of goods and shipments. And the initiative, guys, aims to replace traditional paper-based contracts with smart contracts for efficiency and automation. And IBM Watson's IoT, guys, will be integrated to update and validate smart contracts using the vast reported data. And Amar Rafat, who is the general manager of IBM Middle East and Pakistan, guys, states that blockchain will revolutionize transactions like the internet did for information. And in 2016, guys, Dubai did announce plans to position itself as a global blockchain hub, isn't it? And there's also something called as Global Blockchain Council. And the Dubai Museum of the Future Foundation, guys, established the Global Blockchain Council with IBM as a member as well. And in 2020, Dubai unveiled the Dubai Blockchain Strategy as well, as Dubai aims to execute all government transactions on blockchain by 2020. Now regarding IBM, guys, there's a partnership with DTCC. And IBM, Axoni and R3 were chosen by DTC to develop a blockchain framework for improving derivatives post-trade process. And IBM is also working on KYC blockchain, guys. And IBM collaborated with Singapore startup KYCK to create a blockchain-powered Know Your Customer solution for faster and cheaper customer onboarding. And IBM is a tech giant, isn't it? And they've been working with Thailand's bank as well to explore blockchain for cost saving and transaction efficiency. And IBM, guys, continues to invest heavily in blockchain solutions across various industries. And so far as trade finance innovation is concerned, guys, the Dubai Blockchain Initiative focuses on increasing efficiency, transparency and security in trade finance as well. And regarding this news, guys, they also have a public and private sector collaboration. And the project includes banks, customs authorities, telecom providers and government entities. And based on the newscast, blockchain integration aims to minimize frauds, errors and inefficiencies in trade finance operations. Now look, guys, this particular initiative does align with Dubai's broader strategy to become a leading smart city powered by blockchain, isn't it? So definitely positive news. But look, guys, this is working on a permission blockchain. And according to me, guys, there is nothing called as permission blockchain. The other word for permission blockchain is software. Because when you talk about open blockchain, guys, you need to understand the pillars of open blockchain. You have open source, you have permissionless, borderless, censorship-resistant, neutral, and publicly verifiable. And if you go to my website, guys, you will get detailed information regarding pillars of open blockchain. And when you're looking at Hyperledger Fabric, guys, you need to ask this question: are they built on the pillars of open blockchain? And surprisingly, guys, the answer to that is a big fat red no. So these are things you need to be aware, guys, when you're talking about open blockchain. Now the next news, guys, is regarding artificial intelligence. And the news essentially is that Dubai Data and Statistics Establishments, they are partnered with Blue Gen AI, and they want to enhance labor force survey accuracy. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because this initiative, guys, aligns with Digital Dubai's goal of leveraging AI for advanced data-driven decision-making, isn't it? And synthetic data, guys, improves AI model precision, safeguards privacy, and enhances economic and social analysis. And with this partnership, guys, they're also securing AI training, and they will enable AI systems to train in realistic yet privacy-compliant environments without exposing sensitive data. Now, according to me, guys, the challenge does actually lie in ensuring data-driven progress, while at the same time respecting legal, cultural, and privacy consideration, isn't it? And this is the balance that they are trying to achieve, and they are focusing on governance and innovation balance. And regarding digital transformation efforts, guys, synthetic data supports Dubai's vision to digitize life and establish itself as a global digital leader. So definitely interesting news. And Digital Dubai, guys, fosters collaboration with AI and data institutions to drive innovation. And this initiative focuses on AI development that benefit economic growth and sustainable development. And when you talk about enhanced statistical accuracy, guys, synthetic data, according to me, helps create realistic data sets while at the same time maintain high statistical reliability, isn't it? So it looks like this partnership is definitely focusing on these areas. And regarding AI algorithm training, guys, it provides a secure environment for AI training, improving analytical capabilities as well. And synthetic data, guys, enhances predictive models by reflecting real-world market trends. And regarding this partnership with Blue Gen AI, guys, a report has also been published, and the report details experimental study findings on synthetic data's effectiveness in labor market analysis. And the study shows that synthetic data accurately represents unemployment trends without compromising indicator precision. And the report highlights obstacles faced, solutions implemented, and recommendations for future as well. And the findings of this report, guys, contribute to new methodology supporting Dubai's digital transformation of official statistics. And this particular initiative, guys, strengthens Dubai's ambition to be the world's leading digital data hub, isn't it? And Dubai Data and Statistical Establishments, guys, along with Blue Gen AI, will explore broader application of synthetic data. And I feel, guys, this particular partnership will integrate into decision making, isn't it? And the study paves the way for synthetic data to become a key tool in future policy analysis as well. So definitely interesting news. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Cyril who asks, do you think FDIC's new crypto policy will accelerate bank adoption of digital assets, or will traditional banks still hesitate? This, to be honest, Cyril, is such a solid question. Now look, I do feel, Cyril, on the surface, the FDIC's new policy shift does look like a game changer, isn't it? And it does remove a major regulatory hurdle by allowing banks to go out and engage with crypto activities, and this can be done without prior approval. This, according to me, Cyril, definitely encourages more financial institutions to explore stablecoin reserves, blockchain-based payments, and custodial services. But will they actually move forward? And this is more I can proudly say that banks in UAE are already doing that. Now, regarding the United States of America, will banks actually move forward? That's where things will get interesting, isn't it? Because the biggest factor holding it was not just regulations, it was also Operation Choke Point 2.0, and historically they have coordinated efforts to pressure banks away from cryptocurrencies. But with President Donald Trump now being in charge, I definitely do think that things will definitely be looking good. But over the past couple of years, we've seen subtle but effective debanking of crypto firms, increased scrutiny in financial institutions working with digital assets. But now with Trump administration being in charge, And with this move, I do think the banking industry will be taking a positive stance. And if major banks interpret this as a real policy shift, and if they do step into the space in a positive stance, I do feel we could see a domino effect, and a few key players getting involved could actually push others to follow, especially as demands for digital asset services are growing, isn't it? But let's say if they suspect this is just a temporary policy change, with no real protection from broader anti-crypto sentiments, they likely will stay on the sidelines, isn't it? So I do feel that this particular move is definitely in the right direction, and I do feel President Donald Trump's policies are definitely positive for the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency world, and I'm really curious to check if there's a massive announcement by a bank where they're openly doing partnership with cryptocurrency firms. And as I said this before, I can confidently state a lot of the banks in Dubai are particularly taking a positive stance. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the banks react. And to be honest, Cyril, I don't think so. We'll have to wait for a very long time. We might be hearing some partnership probably in a week or probably in a month's time. But definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. We also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.